as you'll see, once you start setting goals, it's possible that fear may set in. And what I want you to do is draw out these columns right here where you have 2 rows and 4 columns. And in the first column, you're going to write goal. And underneath that, you're going to put whatever the goal is that you've just set. So in this example, I said start an online social media coaching and consulting business. So that's a hypothetical goal that you may set. And now what I want you to do is in the next column, write worst case scenario. And underneath this section, we're going to be listing all the possible worst case scenarios in bullet form. You know, it fails. I spend all my money. I lose my life savings. My wife leaves me. You know, my kids don't talk to me because I blew up our family and our savings. You know, just go into the worst case scenario and be as specific as possible. This is really important because fear is often in our heads, and when we actually get on paper what's the actual worst case scenario, it's usually not nearly as bad as we think. So that is the first area, and I have some examples here. You'll see, you know, I spend my life savings. I leave my job in, you know, or I have to go back to a similar job in corporate America. My girlfriend leaves me. I can't afford my rent. I can't afford tuition for my children, so on and so forth. And you want to fill that out. Then in the next column, put prevent. And in this area, we're going to list all of the potential things that you can do to prevent the worst case scenario from happening. So I like to say, you know, you build up. So we're talking about social media coaching business. This is just the example here. You can say, to prevent the worst case scenario, I can build it up as a side hustle and take it as far as possible before I quit my day job. I can do social media trainings. I can set up 10 networking sessions with current social media coaches. I can, you know, do all these different things, join the private Facebook groups of the best social media coaches, and just go on and on and on and list them out, because you'll see that you have the goal. We've talked about what is worst case scenario, but now to prevent worst case scenario, there are so many different things that you can do. And when you do this exercise, it's really important and helpful to list as many possible things here, because this is really going to help you with working through your fears. You're going to realize so many opportunities you have to avoid the potential worst case scenario. You can get a side hustle. You can drive for Uber. You can look into state funding. In New York State, they have a program that actually pays you to do startup. They're encouraging local businesses. So you can take advantage of getting, similar to unemployment checks, just money to invest in your business. You know, launch as a side hustle, trainings, see if your partner can help support you guys during this time, and really just be specific and list them all out. The next thing is repair. And you may be able to guess this. This means repair. So we've set your goal. We said this is what we want. These are the worst case scenarios. These are all the things that we can do to prevent a possible worst case scenario or from happening. But here is probably the most important part of this whole thing, which is called repair. And here you're going to list all the things that you have in your power that you can do, assuming you go for your goal, worst case scenario happens, you did all this preventing, but it didn't work out anyway. What would you have to do to repair and get back from, you know, what you happened in spending money? So repair would be things like, I put some examples out, you know, get a job similar to your current or previous one so you can start making money again. You know, maybe you have to stay with a friend or family member to save money for rent as you get back into the swing of things. Get a temporary job just to get things going again. You can learn from your past experience and start planning out a next dream opportunity. Now, I'm very confident that if you follow everything in this course and you follow my tools and you implement everything appropriately, work hard, you will have no problem achieving any of your goals in life, absolutely. The only reason I offer you this is to help you visualize and see that in a worst case scenario, going after your dream life and your biggest dream is probably not that bad, assuming it doesn't work out the first time at least. You can do a lot of things to prevent failure from happening, and I wouldn't even call it a failure if it doesn't work out the first time. It's a tremendous learning experience, and you have a lot of opportunities to repair the situation. So this is what I like to call fear setting. It's a great exercise. I would write it out, print it out, make sure that you go and list a lot of things, especially for prevent and repair, and this will definitely help you overcome your fears and go after your biggest goals.